Honey, I'm home. You recognize my disguise? That's an inside joke.
Grandpa.
Hey, there's more to life than food, you know? Like this handy-dandy timer. I got a detonator disguised as a camping lantern battery. And look what I found in the garbage bag behind the electronics store. And they say that you gotta be a psycho who lives in a shack to design a bomb, huh? Hey, you be careful over there, right? You stay away from my bomb stuff.
Lamb sauce.
See this? What we have here is a little piece of history. These are the plans for the bomb that blew up Lord Whiting's boats in the River Shannon. That's in Ireland. Hey, I should have paid more attention to bomb making 101.
Kaboom!
Oh, no, I didn't bring anything in the house that goes kaboom. See, I don't want any of that telltale chemical residue. I want this place to be snoop-proof. Besides, if you were pecking a plastique, you'd be nothing but a pile of feathers right now. Now, the only one who's gonna get blown to bits is the bard who bashed the billionaire. Hey, you saw that headline, right? What'd you think, huh? Not bad. Don't be so literal, all right? When I said that I was gonna blow Patrick to bits, I didn't mean that I was actually gonna kill him or anybody else. Just meant that his past was gonna come back and blow up in his face. Kaboom!
Kaboom!
That's right. See, symmetry, right? I like symmetry. 15 years ago, Patrick Thornhart and his friend blew up a boat. This guy, Lord Whiting, on it. Some reactionary publisher. The only problem was that Patrick's friend was on the boat and he got blown up with the blast. See, accidents happen around Thornhart. Symmetry. This information came to me courtesy of a little Irish felon named Keneally. Actually, courtesy had nothing to do with it. It cost me £1 million Irish pounds, but it was worth it. See, now this is where the symmetry comes in. Another reactionary publisher, Guy Armitage. Another boat, this time it's in the Lantana River. Same bomb. Oh, well, it's the same type anyway, and the same Irish hothead, Patrick Thornhart. The billionaire bashing bard. Did it in front of witnesses, too. Even Vicky. Oh, it was so easy to set him up. All I had to do was print that article that Armitage did with me, you know, the interview. Everything he said. You know, that guy really is a pig.
Oi, oi.
Well, you do impressions. That's cool. Of course, Thornhart took the bait, right? With a little help from Mel Hayes. Now, remind me, I gotta send him a bottle of vodka.
Vodka.
No, none for you.
Oh.
Tick, tock, tick, tock. All I have to do is plant a bomb on Guy Armitage's boat and make sure that all of the evidence points towards Patrick.
Kaboom!
You got it. I mean, the boat will be destroyed. It's too bad it's a nice boat. The guy can get another one, right? I mean, there'll be a big flap, worldwide coverage. Terrorist attack fails. Will they try again? And then Keneally will conveniently hear about it in his Irish prison and drop a few choice words with his Irish warden. He'll mention that he once knew a lad who made a strikingly similar terrorist device who now lives in Landview, Pennsylvania. And surprise, the investigation turns up plastic residue in Patrick's garret along with other evidence, and Poetry Boy gets deported and tried for the murder of Lord Whiting. And Marty pines away at the jailhouse gates. And I get my revenge. Hey, you gotta stay away from this, okay? I don't want any of your parrot DNA on my bomb. Did you order Chinese food again, huh?
Hi, Uncle Todd. I came to see the birth.
Actually, you know,
I brought my toy. Ah, there you are. You know what? I think he likes it, but I'm not sure. What's this, huh?
What's what?
This red wire.
Kaboom!
Oh my God, he can speak. Oh, but what a weird thing to say.
It's part of a song that I'll teach it to him.
Oh, really? What song?
Ra, kaboom, yeah.
Oh, good song, but it's not kaboom, D-A. It's boom, D-A. Only you would teach a bird that song. It's hard enough for them to say Polly wants a cracker, Todd.
Oh, no, he doesn't like crackers. He likes cram sauce. He's a weird bird.
Oh, don't. You hurt his feelings, right?
No, see, weird is a compliment to him.
You know, the whole time we had him, he did not say one word.
Well, he kind of only talks to me.
You mean you actually have conversations with him?
Oh, yeah. He told me all about his time at Landfair. You know, the shackles, the bread and the water, the solitary confinement. He's bitter.
You know what? You and the bird, you're alike. Weird, but sweet.
Oh. You know, they live to be 100. Maybe I could leave him to you in my will.
Ah.
I mean, he comes with his own trust fund.
Hey, I'd like that. Oh, actually, no, I wouldn't, because then you wouldn't be around anymore, but maybe Star should have him. I mean, she's gonna live longer than I am.
I think you just talked yourself out of a bird. Shouldn't you be home, you know, doing homework or something?
Todd, you don't have homework the last week of school. Get with it. You're a father now, you're gonna have to know these things.
I guess you're just gonna have to teach me. Look, I was kind of in the middle of something.
Oh, why didn't you just say something?
I just did.
Oh, well, I could go up and play with the bird upstairs.
Actually, you know what I'm doing is kind of tricky. It needs all of my focus, you know, and then you come in here with all of your light and your sunshine, and it kind of ruins my concentration.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, whatever. Look, I think he's gonna like the toy. I can tell.
Okay, well, I'll come back. I'll come back the next time, okay? I'll call.
Sure, no problem.
Thank
Whatever.
you. Bye, bird.
Yeah. You almost blew the whole game. I'm gonna live to regret that. Play with your new bird toy. One more time in your bird burger. Gotta get this bomb on Guy Armitage's boat in the next couple of days. See, Thornhart's gonna be off in the mountains roasting marshmallows over an open fire. Nobody around for miles to give him an alibi, I mean, except Marty. We believe her anyway. She loves that creep. I'll grow up. It's a nice try, but no cigars. Kaboom, D-A. See, the best plans are the simple ones, and that's what makes this one so great. See, I put the bomb on the boat while they're at dinner. And with any luck, while they're just cracking into a lobster claw, the boat goes boom. I say, did you hear something? Of course, the key is that somebody is to see me hanging around the boat in these clothes. I mean, just enough of a glance to make them think that it's Patrick. Here. This is what's really gonna nail him. What do you think, huh? Yeah, I know. It looks like roadkill. His looks even worse, though. Looks like a dead Maltese. You just don't understand how perfect this is. See, when he was in Ireland, he got off because he was wearing my clothes. And here in the good old USA, I'm gonna nail him because I'm wearing his. You know? I really wish that you could be there to see this. What's he doing? Get out of there! Armitage!
Who's that?
Armitage!
Is that you, Thorn, huh?
Get off the boat now!
Who is that?
Get off the boat now! You're not going anywhere! What are you standing there for? Get off the boat! Now!
Manning? What the hell are you gabbling about?
No!
me! I told you to get off the boat! Just screw everything up!
Breathe. Everything's gonna be all right. Plenty of respectable folks around. Just pick one of them to yak with and singing alibis and keep free.
Thank you, Counselor.
I thought you might be a night owl.
Oh, yeah, sometimes I do my best work at night.
Personally or professionally?
Depends on the night.
I'm asking tonight.
About 5 minutes ago, I was up to my eyeballs, and a big story's gonna be all over the paper tomorrow. I figured I deserve a break.
Well, you came to the right place.
Yeah, I hear Club Indigo's on the short list of hot spots these days.
Pretty soon, it'll be at the top. RJ is jumping into the music scene with both feet. How's Star?
I'm better every day.
That has a nice sound to it. I'm glad for you. And, Blair?
Oh, she's basically okay. I mean, if you call it, a zillion more months of rehab, okay. Doctors don't know when she's going to be able to walk again or how well.
That's, rough.
How's your patient?
Alex? I'd say her prognosis might just be for a full recovery.
Really?
That's right. Same goes for your investment in her and me. I have a meeting with Hank Gannon tomorrow morning to discuss the case.
Discuss. You mean let him know he doesn't have a leg to stand on?
Pretty much.
So, where are you from?
Manhattan?
Miss it?
I'm really beginning to enjoy Landview. A lot happens here for such a small town.
Wait.
That's not my forte. Buy you a drink?
No. So 11:45 now. Guess I could hang out for another 15 minutes. My work is almost done. How could this happen? Thornhart and Marty are 1,000 miles away camping, millions of miles from the nearest alibi. Alex sees me from the boat. I'm on the dock in Poetry Boy's outfit, and she thinks that I'm Patrick. They split, and it's a snap to rig the bomb. But could things stay nice and simple for me?
Never more.
No. Everything in my life always comes back and kicks me in the head. In the last minute, Armitage comes strolling back to the gangplank. I mean, literally in the last minute.
Hello.
Well, close. I told him to get off the boat. What else was I gonna do? I don't want to kill anybody. Just wanted to blow up the damn boat. Only he just stands there like an idiot. So I tell him again to get off the boat. But he doesn't move. Until the bomb goes off and him and 1,000 tons of splinters just go flying into the sky.
Get off the boat.
I didn't say that. You understand? And if you say that again, you're parrot pot pie. On to another guy whose plans got screwed up, Drew Buchanan. That's what I can do. I can write this article. I can file it. That'll make it look like I had something to do tonight. Thank you, Dorian, wherever you are. You might have just kept me afloat. Any other day it would be a thrill to scoop the banner, especially their hotshot reporter, Mel Hayes. But now I got my own body count to deal with. Leave it to me to turn Guy Armitage into the richest corpse in the world. Briggs.
Mr. Manning?
No, it's Little Mary Sunshine. Everything clear with that Drew Buchanan article?
Seems to be. Oh, did you hear about what happened to Guy Armitage?
No. What happened?
Well, there was a huge explosion on his yacht. He was nearly killed.
Nearly? He's alive.
Well, so far.
Well, it must be bad, right? I mean, he couldn't be conscious. I mean, not after such a big explosion, right?
Well, I don't know. Last we heard, he was still in the surgery.
Okay, listen, I want you to run the Drew Buchanan article, and I'll take care of the Armitage thing later.
But the man survived. This is a major story.
Yeah, no kidding. told you, I'm cursed. You know, Vicky would say that my life isn't a meat grinder because I'm the one with the hand on the crank, and that is garbage. I just can't get a break. Especially when I need one now, bad. And that bomb was meant for the boat, not the Brit. And it's Armitage's fault that he got singed. She's the one that went back on the boat.
Kaboom!
Only I'm the one that's gonna get nailed because I'm the one that he saw. And this is how he pays me back. I try and save the guy's life. And what does he do? He lives. What am I gonna do, huh? Have any answers?
Clam sauce.
Got any other suggestions? Go ahead, you turn your back on me. You don't have to worry about anything. You didn't blow anybody up. I did. Now I gotta go make sure that nobody else finds out about it.
Todd, glad you're here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a barrel of laughs. So what's the story? Armitage out of surgery yet?
Still no word yet, but I can tell you that his yacht was definitely bombed, and Ian's the primary suspect.
Ian? Wow, that would be a real shocker.
Are you the next of kin?
Well, not anymore, but, please go on.
Doctor, hello. I am Alex Olanoff, Guy Armitage's advocate.
Self-defined.
Yes.
Please, what's the news?
Well, the patient received third-degree burns over 60% of his body, and his lungs were severely damaged. We did repair the internal damage. He made it through the surgery, and his vital signs have stabilized.
So he's alive? Oh, I want to see him.
Well, I'm afraid the anesthesia hasn't worn off yet. He should be awake by morning. All things considered, I'd say he's a very lucky man.
Oh, this is just great.
So you do care about him after all.
You have no idea how I care about him. Any other day, I'd get a big kick out of scooping the banner with a story like this. But
Kaboom!
I don't ever want to hear that word come out of your beak again. Do you understand?
Get off the boat now!
Manning?
No!
Yeah, it's me. Give me Briggs. Briggs. Great headline, huh? Yeah. Yeah. What's going on with that Armitage thing? That's all? All right, well, stick with it. Let me know if anything changes, okay? Because, you know, that's the story we're going to run tomorrow. All right. Stubborn limey just won't die.
Get off the boat.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you say that again either.
Oh, merda.
What? Now, I would give anything to know where you were hanging out before I met you. But that's the idea, huh? Silence till death. You got anything to say now? That's good. I got one thing to be happy about, though. I bet they're pulling their hair out over at the banner.
I believe this is yours.
Hey, sis.
Hello, Bird. Todd, I do not understand how after everything you have been through in your life, you could run a totally unsubstantiated article like that with no regard whatsoever for who gets hurt. Is it worth selling your soul for a sensational headline?
So it's true.
You have no facts, you have no proof, you have no witnesses, you have no paperwork, you have nothing to back up your story. Only the word of Dorian Lord, which is worth less than the carbon dioxide with which she exhales it. I mean, I thought that even you would require a titch more substance than that.
So it is true.
All you care about is getting a bunch of meaningless allegations out on the newsstand before the Banner can run its well-researched and carefully fact-checked story.
Ah, so you are telling me it really is true.
Every time I think you've pulled yourself together that you're going to decide to live by the standards the rest of us live by, every time I think you're tapping into what I know is good and decent in you, you...
Oh, come on, Vicky, say it. Come on, you've come this far, just say the rest of it.
You let me down, Todd. You proved me wrong, and it disappoints me.
Thought you'd be used to it by now. I mean, isn't that the basis of our whole relationship? You're the loving, faithful sister, and me, I let you down.
No. It's based on an awful lot more than that. Your actions have consequences. You seem to grasp that concept in the abstract. You never apply it to your life.
Enough!
What's the matter with you?
Just the usual. You know, sick kid. Sanctimonious sister. Hungry bird.
No. You're upset and you're nervous. What's wrong? Why are you so nervous, Todd?
It's just this whole explosion thing on Armitage's yacht, you know. Ever since the cops told me that it was a bomb that exploded, I've just been a little jumpy, that's all.
Why?
Oh, well, come on. Doesn't it hit a little close to home for you, too? You know, I'm a publisher. Got a lot of enemies. Star's coming home soon. Don't you ever worry about a reader coming after you?
Well, it crosses my mind occasionally. I don't dwell on it. Of course, I've had a lot more years' experience than you.
Yeah, well, I think about it all the time. I mean, I'm sorry I ran that story about Bo's kid. I mean, it could be a killer instead of just a crook.
I doubt that. And I do think you're overreacting. I mean, I'm sure that there are lots of people angry with you, but you know what? I'm very familiar with Guy's brand of sleaze, and you, sir, are no Guy Armitage.
Thanks. I guess. It doesn't matter what kind of a person Armitage is. There's a lot of crazy people out there. I mean, you saw how Patrick went nuts on that whole interview thing. I mean, who knows what kind of psychos are out there reading The Sun? I mean, aside from the usual psychos who read The Sun, which, by the way, is more people than read The Banner, Mel Hayes and all.
Really? Now, are you talking overall numbers? Or do you have specific demographics on psycho readership? Because while I grant you our psycho numbers have slipped, we're gaining significantly in general population.
And you can joke about it if you want, but I'm beefing up security. I suggest you do the same.
Well, I appreciate your concern. I'll be careful. And I accept your apology for the piece on Drew.
I didn't apologize for anything.
Of course you did. Said you were sorry for printing the piece.
No,
I accept.
I was sorry, like I wish I hadn't done it. I didn't mean sorry like I regretted anything.
Either way, you said sorry, so I'm going to accept it. I hope you realize your error. Also, now that you have become ensnared in Dorian's web, I hope you can find your way out of it.
Not worried about Dorian or her web.
You should be. Bye, little brother. Hang in there, bird.
Good job keeping your mouth shut in front of my sister.
Oh, Merta.
Whatever. Yep. Are you sure, Briggs? Well, what exactly did they say? Well, if he wakes up, is he going to be able to speak? Well, don't tell me that you don't know. Just go get me answers. You know, if the crispy remains of Armitage wake up, he's going to be able to finger me as being on the dock right before the explosion.
Up.
Hey.
Oh, Merta.
I just meant to blow up the boat. I didn't mean to blow him up. It's not like... Don't say it. It's not like I didn't try and get him off the boat. Stupid twit just didn't listen.
Look, we both think that he saw someone on the yacht, don't we?
No question of it.
Then who the hell was it? What did he say?
Call it blue. Call it blue.
Is he...
You have to go.
You might try to say something.
Not if they can't get him to pull through.
Hey, crisis?
Looks like.
Well, did he give you anything?
No. I think he was trying to finger somebody.
Oh, the son who's not the son?
No. He was definite about that. Don't run with that, okay, Kev? Not yet.
Well, give me something.
I'm flying blind right now. Things just got real bad. No go?
He's dead.
It's a crime. What?
Oh, I was just wondering who's going to inherit that $6 billion if Guy doesn't survive. I mean, he's going to disinherit his son, who's really not his son anyway, and his wife is dead. Oh, you don't think the money's going to go to charity, do you? Not that I begrudge the needy or anything. I could be classified as needy myself. $6 billion. It boggles the mind, doesn't it? A shooting lodge in Scotland, an estate in Kent, a townhouse in London, Belgravia, I think he said. A New York duplex in Trump Tower, a villa in Mystique for the winter, the private jet, the yacht, what's left of it. And that doesn't even include the diamond mines, the publishing empire, and everything else. It takes a real special person to be able to appreciate all that.
True.
I have the worst luck with men in boats.
On the other hand, if you were in line for his inheritance, you'd also be first in line as a suspect in that bombing.
True. And 2 murder charges at the same time, even dismissed murder charges, might be detrimental to my political career.
Yes. Voters have their limits. So do I. Mr. Gannon is 25 minutes late.
Yes, if this were a tennis match, we'd win by default.
Oh, we'll win. With the serve right down the middle.
Good afternoon. My apologies, ladies.
I'd prefer that you addressed me as counselor or Ms. Delgado. Taya, if it's a social occasion, not lady.
Whoa, and so it begins.
You can call me anything as long as you drop the charges.
That's for judge and jury to decide.
Why risk the embarrassment? Not to mention the cost of 2 trials for the same murder with no conviction to show for it. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania would not be happy.
Yeah, well, this time we have a confession.
A confession obtained while my client was illegally detained. According to Detective Harrison's own statement, she thought Ms. Olenoff might have overheard a conversation between Nora Buchanan and herself. On that assumption alone, she proceeded to follow my client to a nearby beauty parlor.
An abandoned beauty parlor.
Is that illegal?
Suspicious.
Oh, come on. You're reaching. Detective Harrison entered the beauty parlor with her gun drawn, effectively taking my client into her custody. Any confession obtained under those circumstances would be completely inadmissible, and you know it.
Fruit of the poisonous tree, I believe that's the legal term. Almost biblical.
So the confession's out. Your only available witness is not only biased against his former wife, he also has a history of mental incompetence confirmed by the court. So what else have you got? Mortimer Byrne, also biased, also unreliable, and definitely unavailable.
We have a signed statement from him, however.
An attempt to shift suspicion from himself. He had motive and opportunity. He was on that boat deck with Carlo Hesser, and his disappearance smacks of guilt.
Isn't it sad? Suddenly realizing that your brother wants to kill you just to switch identities.
Well, there's your reasonable doubt right there. Of course, you don't have to introduce Mr. Byrne's statement at all. But then, what have you got? You have no case.
Isn't she brilliant? You know, I really do believe that she has a future as our district attorney. After you retire, of course.
You ready to call it quits?
Don't party just yet. I may have to drop murder one, but Alex's legal troubles are far from over.
What do you mean?
She held a police officer hostage at gunpoint. Now, I've got a debt to rights on that, so don't start.
We're already on court calendar. Do you want to keep the date, or do you need more time?
Well, I'm prepared. Are you, counselor?
I am. And in the interest of saving the people of Pennsylvania money, and in light of all the publicity that might make it hard to seat a jury, my client waives her right to a jury trial.
You want a bench trial?
It's a fairly straightforward case. We'll present the evidence and let Judge Dory decide.
It's okay with you?
Oh, I really believe she knows what she's doing.
All right. I'll see you in court.
Good luck.
She can't wriggle out of this.
We'll have our day in court. That's all we ask.
Thanks, Hank.
You were brilliant, brilliant. I got us the bench trial you wanted. I hope it pays off.
Oh, it will. You see, that is Judge Jack Dory, my dear.
Oh.
Did you get my message?
No, what about?
I asked you to bring Alex by the DA's office.
Oh, we already had that meeting.
This is about something else.
Why do I get blamed for every little thing that goes wrong in this town?
There's been some new developments in the Guy Armitage case.
Is Miss Olenov a suspect?
A material witness. She was at the scene.
Recognize this?
I need to consult with my client in private.
If you think it's necessary.
You can't spring something like this on us. So whose cab is it?
When Guy and I were going down the gangplank to go to dinner, we heard a noise, and then we saw someone with a cap like that and a tweed jacket. Is this Arlo Bridge?
You bet it is. Can you identify the man?
He's a friend.
This could be your ticket to freedom. My client is ready to cooperate, but we'd like some consideration in return.
Uh-huh. And now you want a plea bargain on the kidnapping after I've dropped the murder one charge.
You what?
I'll explain later. And you, detective, you need to bone up on your police procedure.
Do we have a deal?
If you have relevant information about the bombing, you are obliged to reveal it.
My client will do her best to remember, but you all know how it is when you're under stress.
And would it help that stress if her cooperation were a matter of record at the time of sentencing?
I believe it would.
We were going down the gangplank to go have dinner, and we heard a noise. We saw someone with a tweed jacket and a cap like that one.
Who was it?
I thought I recognized it as Patrick Thornhart.
It's over. He almost nailed me, though. right before he croaked. Oh, cut it out. Nobody was supposed to die. It's his own fault. Didn't get off the damn boat. At least Patrick is gonna take the blame. I mean, he deserves that after what he did to Starr and Blair. Now what? I don't want to hear one kaboom out of you. You got that?
Hi, is this a bad time?
Yeah, it is. If you're here to play Dorian's messenger, I'm not in...
No, it's about Blair.
Blair? Oh, come on in. Was she okay?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Then what is it?
Look, I was just at the police station. It's all gonna come out real soon now.
Look, it was an accident, right? That means that it wasn't murder.
How did you know?
No. What?
That I was driving the car that forced Patrick off the road that night. Oh, God.
Thornhart told the truth? Patrick Thornhart was telling the truth? You're making this up.
No, it's true. I am so sorry.
This is great. This is just great.
I shouldn't have been driving. I know. I was crying over Joey. It was cold and rainy outside. I couldn't even see the road. I was crying so hard. I reached down to change the cassette, and suddenly these headlights heading right towards me. We would have crashed if he hadn't have swerved.
Who, Thornhart?
Yes, and I didn't know this, okay? I should have stayed after I reported it. And I know that wouldn't have saved the baby. And I know this doesn't change anything, Todd.
Oh, no, this changes everything. Change... everything. Get out.
Todd, I'm so...
Get out.
Todd...
Get out! I didn't even get that right.
Go fish.
Go soak your head. Oh, so I made a mistake. Okay, I made a couple of mistakes. I don't want you rubbing my beak. Go away! Well, maybe she inherited the $6 billion. I mean, that would justify blowing a guy to Kingdom Come, right?
Bubbly for my benefactor.
Should write copy for the Sun.
Oh, thank you. A new job.
So what did I benefact?
My brilliant counselor.
The DA dropped the murder one charge.
Used to let anybody walk around the streets these days.
Alex still has to face an aggravated kidnapping charge, but we're in a good position to plea bargain.
All because of that horrible explosion. Can you imagine? I mean, I knew that guy would be lucky for me. Although I had something completely different in mind. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Improvise, I guess.
Exactly. I just hate the fact that my good luck came at the expense of such a good friend.
They gave me absolutely no choice.
I had to implicate Patrick.